Anthony Marsella himself, you know,
my man.
the man, the legend. You know, so you're very popular around here, but I doubt it. But for the fans who don't know you, talk about yourself. Let them know who you are.
Well, Anthony Marsella in the flesh. I mean, boxing, man, kind of just fell into my lap. It wasn't something that really ran into my family.
Right.
Actually, at the time, I didn't know that. It actually does. We'll get into that. But I started when I was 14. I'm 19 now. And I guess probably one of the biggest things about me was the fact that, like, it was just kind of like a hobby. I tried it out, and it was like, yo, like, who is this kid?
Wow, yeah.
And I started making a name for myself, as you said,
Yeah.
I'm pretty popular around, locally now, and trying to make a name for myself nationally. But, I mean, I've been boxing for 5 years now. I made some noise in the last 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm not finished. I'm not finished. It's just the beginning.
Good. It's good mindset.
Getting ready for this R.E.G.I.M.E.N Classic.
Yeah. So you said, that you didn't know that boxing runs in your family, but it actually does. So yeah, talk to us about that.
So after my first couple of fights, Jimmy Birchfield, local promoter, started hearing my name, linked up with him. He introduced me to 5-time world champion Vinny Paz, which my father ended up putting two and two together. He's actually my second cousin on my mother's side.
Wow, what are the odds? What are the odds of that? Wow.
So it was like, all right, it's in the blood flow,
Yeah.
I mean, my mother passed away when I was 7 years old, so that's probably why I never really heard of it and knew about it.
Yeah.
So not that I'm not very close to my mom's side anymore. Kind of after that happened.
Yeah.
I grew up with my father, my aunt, his sister, my grandmother, and it was just, it was kind of cool, It's like, it's like, what are the odds,
Yeah.
But Vinny's advice to me was, because obviously he made a name for himself, was to definitely follow him in the ring. But he said, do the opposite outside of the ring.
Absolutely, definitely want to do that. God bless him. God bless Vinny.
Absolutely, he's a great guy.
Yeah, so 5 years. That's unbelievable. So much in 5 years. How do you, how did it happen? What did you, is there any secret, or is it just?
I just kind of went with the flow, man. I just did it my way, what I felt was right, and it worked out every time. A couple of times where I tried to, and I don't mean this in any way, but like change it up or do it someone else's way that wasn't comfortable with me. That's the only times I really had like a setback. I mean, the secret to my success, I guess, so far, is just confidence, really, more than anything.
Yeah.
Not the couple times that I second guessed myself were the times where I came up short, and I mean, I always overcame that. Most of my losses, I think almost every one. If I had the chance to rematch the guy, I won.
Wow.
The first time. And I think that's the biggest thing too. It was that experience.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between me and the national champions right now is, you can start in competition when you're 8 years old.
Right.
I started when I was 14.
Right.
And when I went to my first national tournament, I see everybody, they all, kids, saying what's up to each other. They already knew each other.
Right.
It was like they was at home,
Yeah.
They did it 1,000 times already. I was on the big stage. I was like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, what's going on? Yeah.
But I started to overcome that as well. But I think experience is a huge part in boxing.
Absolutely. And a lot of things, the thing is with that, a lot of fighters, it's easy to start. When you start young, it's much easier because, people you're funny, they're kids just like yourself.
It's like second nature.
Yeah.
The time they get to 14, which is when I started,
yeah.
It's like riding a bike.
Exactly,
it's all they know.
Exactly. So now you end up finding somebody who, if you just start and you're fighting somebody, you guys are the same age, that person, might have so much more experience with that pedigree, and it's just very, very difficult. You know what I mean? But you managed to do it somehow, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so walk us through, your career. What have you accomplished thus far? Any championships?
I mean, I've won several New England titles, almost every year, unless something crazy, controversial decision. Biggest thing, I won the New England Golden Gloves the last 3 years. National championships, I've fallen short. I've been ranked number 2, number 3 in the country. But you know what? It doesn't discourage me simply because the amateurs, this is where I want to make my mistakes.
Absolutely.
I mean, my goal is the 2016 Olympics, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I have a pro style anyway.
Right.
Right. The amateurs, if you know anything about it, your style. You know, some people, their style is just meant for it. You see guys who do phenomenal in the amateurs.
Right.
They turn pro. They don't make any noise. You know, nothing happens. But so I think, you know, when I go pro, it's going to be a whole different story. You know, and I'm doing well now. So, and another thing is I do better in the later rounds too. You know, so I'm looking forward to the pros. But the Olympics is definitely my focus right now. You go to the Olympics, you know what it is. It's a whole different world once you turn pro. It's like climbing that ladder is like, you know, it's like in fast forward compared to, you know, I can go pro tomorrow.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
You know, I'm fighting for jump change, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather build my resume, take my time. I'm still young. I'm 19 years old.
Yeah. You got your whole career. You got your whole career ahead of you, man.
Absolutely.
You know. So before we can get to the Olympics, got to get past this R.E.G.I.M.E.N Classic for coming up.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. You know, my focus is the Olympics, but my focus right now, the R.E.G.I.M.E.N Classic.
Yeah.
I'm fighting someone. I've already beat him twice.
Okay.
Tough fighter. You know, he keeps it coming. You know, I just use my boxing, to my advantage. You know, my boxing abilities. You know, speaks for itself.
Right.
And,
sure does.
I'm gonna go out there and do it again. You know, I mean, to me, you know, I've rematched a lot of guys over and over. You know, they want that second chance, that third chance. To me, it's like I'm just figuring you out more and more every single time.
It gets easier,
it's just getting easier for me. So, but whatever, you know, it's good. You know, I don't fight locally too much anymore, simply because my focus is the national tournaments, and it's not worth, you know, risking an injury or anything like that. Put me out of a national tournament.
Right.
You know, it's the last thing I need. But it's nice to get them here and there to warm up for those.
Right.
Know?
Exactly.
So I'm looking like this. This is more of a warm up for me. I plan on going to the national PAL in I think it's September.
Okay.
So, but obviously, you know, I'm taking it one step at a time.
You know, we're happy to have you on on the R.E.G.I.M.E.N Classic, man. You know, good luck.
I appreciate it.
And you know, represent, brother.
You already know what it is, baby.
That was perfect.
All right, done.
Do you have any room left on there? Or are we good?
It's 1 minute and 54 seconds left. Recording.
Corner space. All right, I guess one more guy, then that's it, man. All right, do you want to say anything to your opponent, or want to say anything at all in the outro? Good. Keep clean cut like this, man.